Okay, I think it's working. So, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Tiffany Danzy, and I'm a diamond coach with Beachbody. I live in Eagle Mountain, Utah. Moved here about 2 months ago from American Fork, which is like across the highway, you know, so a really big move. I have 4 little kids. My husband's a physical therapist. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My kids are 8, 6, 4, and 2, just a little bit about me. I also wanted to just do a little introduction and tell you that if you're the person that invited you to this webinar, see something possibly in you that, and they're sending you this webinar for a reason. We don't invite everybody and anybody to these webinars about Beachbody coaching. We look for specific people that we feel would be good at it. Maybe you're a fitness professional, maybe you're a customer of Beachbody that is really liking the program, seeing some good results. There's a huge variety of reasons that your coach or the person who invited you to the call may have invited you, but I wanted you to know that this is pretty selective. We don't invite everybody that we know to do this. So I wanted to let you know that first and foremost, and if you're not sure why your coach invited you, you might want to ask them. So we're going to get started really quick. Beachbody is a company that was founded in 1998 by some guys named Carl Deichler and John Condon. Their core purpose is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy, fulfilling lives, which I love. I love that core purpose and that kind of all-around idea that they had to help people live a better life. We have a huge obesity epidemic, people that are so unhealthy and eating terrible, and Beachbody is out to make a difference to help people get healthy. So most people actually don't know the name Beachbody. When I ask people, they say, what do you do? I say, oh, well, you know Beachbody, and they're like, no. They usually know the names, the infomercials that we have. So we are the creator, Beachbody is the creator of 8 of the #1 infomercials on TV. P90X probably being one of the most popular, Insanity, Brazil Butt Lift, Turbo Fire, 10-minute trainer, hip hop abs. These are all programs, exercise programs that Beachbody comes up with for all levels to help people have something to start with if they're on the beginning of their journey, or if they're super advanced, have somewhere to go with that. So that's most of the time what people know about Beachbody is their exercise programs. There are celebrity trainers that are part of Beachbody. Tony Horton, who is the creator of P90X and P90X2, to name a few. Chalene Johnson, if you've heard of her. Shaun T, who is a Sanity guy. The Les Mills Pump trainers. There are lots of trainers that they work with to create some of the best exercise programs. Well, really the best workout programs on the market. They also have world-class nutrition. If you've ever heard of Shakeology, which you may already be drinking, a phenomenal product that took me 4 months actually to order after I was a Beachbody coach. Something I was very turned off by because of all the other products like it on the market that are just filled with junk and make empty promises. And Shakeology is one of a kind product that I have not found anything like it yet. Some things close or trying to be close, but nothing comparable. So some of the other things they have are results in recovery formula for helping people with muscle soreness and things like that. After a hard workout, they have an energy and endurance, which is a pre-workout formula. They have protein bars. They have the Beachbody Ultimate Reset, which is their 21-day resetting cleanse of your body where you actually get to eat real food, not where you're starving yourself. That's my kind of cleanse where I get to eat. So they have awesome nutrition products as well as the workout programs. There are thousands of success stories from Beachbody. I happen to have a success story, and 2 of the people in this picture, the guy on the top right is Carl Deichler, who is the CEO, and the guy underneath him is actually, his name's Robert Hudgens. He's actually a Beachbody coach that is in our upline team, who kind of was one of the founding coaches of Beachbody, and we are kind of on his team in a way, just very far down. Anyway, so these are real people. These are not It's not a company that pretends that people have results and creates pictures and tries to pretend. People really actually do have awesome results with these products. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I got involved with Beachbody, what it's done for me and my family. So I have 4 kids, I mentioned. After my first baby, I have always kind of been into exercise since I was about 14. Kind of was a runner, used that to stay somewhat thin, fit-ish. And I started having kids really young and had my first baby at 20 years old. And I promised myself I was never going to be that girl, that mom who didn't lose their baby weight in between babies. Well, guess what? I had my first baby, and I used it as a huge excuse to eat ice cream and pizza. And I thought I had to be eating constantly because I was, growing a child inside of me. So I thought I had to be snacking all the time. And I gained like 35 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm only 5'2". So for a body like mine, it was kind of a lot of weight, and I couldn't get it off. So I tried for 18 months. I went to the gym every day for 2 hours, 6 days a week, and I lost 5 pounds in 18 months. I got pregnant again and never lost that weight, and I was devastated. I was in a size 12. I didn't fit in anything. I mean, I had to buy a whole new wardrobe because I had been a size 6 when I got married. Didn't fit into anything. I was devastated. I could not figure out, even though I had a health and nutrition degree, I couldn't figure out how to lose the weight. So fast forward to baby number 2, I found some products that were working for me, and I finally was able to lose weight, but I had hit a plateau. And I actually was in really good shape, but I had hit a plateau, and I couldn't get like the last couple pounds off. I couldn't get I kind of had a tire around my waist. I just could not get off. And I saw an infomercial for P90X, and my husband was just about ready to graduate from physical therapy school. And I was like, I should maybe get that for him for a present, sort of for me. And so I bought P90X. I bought it off Beachbody.com and ordered it. And my husband and I, a couple months later, I'm trying to think. No, I had another baby after this. So I had second baby. Then this is my third baby. Sorry, I got confused. So I had 3 babies. After my second baby, I did lose weight, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. I hit that plateau, and I got pregnant again. So anyway, I had my third baby. We started doing P90X, totally different than anything I'd ever done before. I was a cardio freak. That's all I ever did was cardio. And this picture of me in the bathing suit on the far right, that is after 1 round of P90X. And I had a 6-pack, and I have never had a 6-pack in my entire life. High school, elementary school, nothing. I was a pudgy kid growing up, and I had never had a body like that. So I was blown away, and I was sold. I totally sold on the program. I didn't even eat perfectly, and I still had a 6-pack. I was blown away that I could ever have that body after having 3 kids. So anyway, kind of fast forward a couple years later, I used P90X and Insanity. I was a believer in the programs. I loved them. I did them after my 4th baby, got my body back again. And at the time, I was in a group on Facebook of moms, helping I was kind of a mentor in there, helping other moms get their bodies back and give them some hope that you don't have to be stuck in that size 12, which, by the way, I'm now a size 0 to 2. Just to give you some perspective, I was a 6 when I got married. I was a 12 after my first baby, and I'm a 0 to 2 now. So best shape of my life by far. Anyway, so trying to think where I was at. I was a Beachbody customer. I was in this Facebook group, and I had been talking about some people had hit a plateau, asking, and had seen a picture of me, and was like, how did you do that? What did you do to get your body where it is? And so I started naturally sharing about P90X because a lot of these moms had hit a plateau and weren't moving, and so I started talking to them about P90X. And started writing out workouts for people, started giving a lot of advice and saying, maybe you should try this, or this is how I ate. And a girl by the name of Kelly Holton messaged me on Facebook. I had never met her before. She said, did you know you could actually make money doing exactly what you're doing, talking about products that work for you, talking about P90X, sharing about it with your friends and your family, helping other people to have success with the same products. Because you know you can make money. And at the time, my husband was working 2 jobs. We had taken a big pay cut to move to Utah from Washington State. We had been praying and praying and praying, actually, for a way to make extra money because he was never home. And my kids were suffering. Our marriage was suffering. Everything was suffering. And so we had literally been on our knees praying for a way to make extra money. And so I got this message from Kelly, who I'd never met. And I thought, oh, I don't know. I'll look into it. So she sent me a video and talked to me a little bit more about it. And I thought, I'm already sharing about these products because I love them. They work. So I might as well. I might as well try. There is a $15.95 fee every month. My goal will be just to make that fee back so I don't feel bad plunging into our family funds to pay for this, because that was my biggest concern with us being so tight. My husband went to physical therapy school and had $160,000 of loans that we racked up when he was in school because I chose to be home with our kids and it didn't work. And we kept having children. So for me, it was one of those things I didn't want to pull from the family funds. I was a little nervous about it, but I thought, what do I have to lose? $15 a month. That's like a Netflix account. I actually canceled our $8.99 a month. I think it was Netflix. Helped me not feel so guilty. So I signed up as a Beachbody coach. This was end of October 2011. And I started groups and started helping people and sharing, and I was nervous at first. I didn't like inviting people and talking about it more forwardly than I was used to. But fast forward, 20 months later now, and to give you some perspective, my first check I got from Beachbody was $17, and I was like, woo, I made my fee back. I'm so excited. And this last month, just to give you an idea, I don't say this to brag at all. What I'm saying is to give you some perspective of what kind of opportunity this is. I made more than my physical therapist husband made last month. With taxes and all of that, calculated out, and I made more than he did, which is a ginormous blessing for our family. It's been a weight lifted off my husband. I remember talking to Kelly at first, and she's saying, what do you want to do with, what's your goal or your dream? What would your dream be, money-wise? And I was like, I just want my husband to come home. I want him to work one job. I don't want to have to put the kids to bed by myself every night and do everything by myself and have him home at 8 or 8:30 at night. It was horrible. And my kids were suffering and they missed their dad. And that was my total off-the-wall dream goal, was to have him be able to quit his second job, which I didn't believe was even possible. I had heard about it happening with other people, but I didn't believe it would ever happen to me, that I could ever be that successful. Well, his extra job brought in a maximum of $2,500 a month, and that was with him busting his butt, totally busting his butt. He was never home. So that was the maximum he would ever bring in doing the second job. And I out-earned him this last month with his regular full-time job he has a doctorate degree for. Okay, so that's just to give you some perspective on the opportunity this is. Some people grow slower than that. It's not like everybody grows the fastest, or some people grow faster. It varies. So anyway, that's a little bit about my story and how powerful it has been for my family, and a huge blessing. It's the best of both worlds for me. I get to be accountable to my own fitness and my own health journey of being an example of striving to do better in my life with my eating, which I really struggle with, and my exercise. But I also get to help other people. I get to help pay forward that I've been the mom that's overweight and that hated being in her skin and hated not being able to fit into any clothes. And so now I get to help other people get that same feeling that I got when I finished with P90X, and I was like, I have the best body I've ever had in my life. I feel healthier. I feel more confident. I feel so happy, and now I get to help other people do the same thing, and I get paid for it. It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity. So we're going to move on. We're going to go over a few things about Beachbody coaching basics, just some very basic things to kind of give you just a little bit of information. So you pay $15.95 a month for your online office tool. So that's your monthly fee to be a coach. Yes, you have to pay a monthly fee. They give you websites, 4 of them, that they run for you, and you have Success Magazine on demand, which is like a personal development magazine that you can get all sorts of information from and help for your business. So they give you 4 websites. You are paying $15.95 a month to be a coach. So there's a retail price on all products through Beachbody.com or a coach, which is a customer price. And there's a coach price. There's a 25% difference in that price. When somebody orders from a coach, that coach makes that 25% difference between the retail price and the coach price. If they order from Beachbody.com, they're actually assigned a coach at random anyway. So if they are going to order something, they might as well order it through their coach or their friend rather than randomly being assigned somebody from Beachbody that is going to be their coach. You save that 25% difference you save on all Beachbody products when you're a coach. You get a 25% discount. You get paid every single week. You can start making money on your first sale whether you bought anything or not. Okay, it is not like you have to spend $5,000 to make any money. You make money on your very first time anybody clicks on your website and says, I want to buy P90X, you make 25% commission on that, which is about $30. The company puts hundreds of millions of dollars into advertising. It makes talking about these products so easy. Everybody's heard of P90X. Everybody's heard of Insanity. I mean, they're just programs people know about because they're so popular. So you don't have to advertise or try to keep, you don't have to keep an inventory at your house. They ship everything for you. They do all of that. You literally just have to be willing to help people. So there's always new programs and products coming out. Just since I've been a coach for 20 months, there's been Body Beast that's come out. P90X2 came out right after I signed up. Less Meals Pump, Less Meals Combat. I mean, the list goes on and on of their new programs. Type Chain is new. So several new programs a year they come out with. This is another thing that's really important. You can choose to earn money based on your product sold and leave it at that, or you can also start building a team of coaches and earn money as you build your business and your team. So there's not just one way to earn money. It's not like all of a sudden I became a really good salesman and I started selling $5,000 a month worth of products. No. The way I have earned a lot of my money is the team that I've built. But that's something else. If you want to get into that with the coach that called you about this or told you about this webinar, you can talk to them about that. But it's not just retail commission. There's several ways you can actually earn money. There's a little more, like I was saying, about the business side. If you are interested in a little bit more about that, you can ask the person who sent you this webinar to send you the Introducing Team Beachbody short version video. I think it might be Introducing Team Beachbody or Welcome to Team Beachbody short version. It's in their online office. They can send it to you. It's like a 12-minute video that goes over a little bit more about getting paid and how the whole thing kind of works. It's kind of complicated, but that goes a little bit more into that. Ask your coach that you're working with for the nitty-gritty details if they interest you on building a team in a business, earning free customers. Yes, remember I talked about when somebody orders from Beachbody.com, they divvy up those customers because there's more customers than coaches. So you can earn free customers from the company, and it is not hard to do. It naturally happens when you start challenge groups. It's more of the business side, but you can ask your coach about it. But it is possible to be able to earn those customers that are floating around on Beachbody.com and they need a coach, so they divvy them up between us. Okay. What does a Beachbody coach do? We help potential challengers choose a workout program based on their fitness level, goals, workouts they enjoy. You do not have to be a trainer, but we have a network of coaches on our team that we actually all help each other. So if my coach, Carrie, says, I don't know what to recommend for this person who needs to lose 100 pounds, and I have no idea where to start them, she comes in the group and says on Facebook or calls me or whatever and says, what would you recommend? This is this person's problem, or this is where they're starting. What should I do? It's not like you're on your own and you have to do all this by yourself. We really do work as a team to help each other, which is really, really awesome and a huge blessing that we're not like, oh yeah, sign up as a coach, okay, see ya. Like, we actually all work as a team. And if you get on the right team and have the right coach above you, that's your coach, then you can have the right support. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But we help customers through their workout programs, typically 90 days. We help people to get the best results possible. How many times do you hear people that buy P90X or Insanity and it sits on their shelf collecting dust for 6 months or a year or 5 years? Happens all the time. That's why they have coaches. You don't want people to waste their money, spend $120 on a program and say, good luck. They give you a coach. They say, here's somebody that will help you answer your questions. If they're a good active coach, they will. That's the idea, is to have coaches helping other people through their programs, giving advice, and because hopefully you've done the same thing. You've been experienced with products and using them yourself. We run monthly fitness challenge groups on Facebook where we help motivate, encourage, answer questions, help people to get the best results possible. We invite people to our fitness challenge groups. We are a product of the programs and products, an example of striving to improve your lifestyle and making healthy changes. You do not have to be perfect in your fitness and nutrition journey to be a successful coach. You don't have to be in the best shape of your life. You don't have to have any professional experience. You don't have to be a trainer. You don't have to be a nutritionist. It's like I had somebody ask me, well, why would, because I happen to be a personal trainer, but something I actually got after I was a Beachbody coach. But I've had people say, well, why would somebody want to work with me if I don't have a piece of paper saying that I'm a personal trainer? And I say, okay, you could see a personal trainer who's 50 pounds overweight, which they're here, they're around, and you see somebody who's physically shrinking, who are you going to want to follow? Who are you going to want to help you? The person that's living what they're talking about, who is literally shrinking. So this goes back to you don't have to be perfect in nutrition. Some people will say, I want to wait until I'm like, in better shape or till I'm a little bit further along before I'm a coach. Hello, people are watching you shrink. They're watching you completely change your life, making healthy choices, really striving. They can connect with you so well. So well. Whereas if it's someone who's not done with their journey, we're never done, but who has a six-pack or who's ripped, they would have a little bit harder time connecting with that person, thinking they don't really know what it's like to be me and have 100 pounds to lose. They might not know that we might know that. We've been there. But when they're watching you physically shrink, it's a pretty good indication that you know what you're talking about, and they are going to be inspired by you because they're watching it before their very eyes. I could show people in a before and after and say, yeah, 6 years ago, this is what I looked like. What's more powerful, 6 years ago or right now? So don't think that you need to be furthering your program or lose 10 more pounds or halfway to your goal or 100% to your goal to be a Beachbody coach. Does not need to happen. In fact, I think it's more powerful to be in the middle and to be inspiring people to change. What kind of support do you have as a coach? Getting on the right team is actually really important. I've had people sign up under other people and then say, whoops, I should have signed up under you because my coach doesn't do challenge groups. They don't answer my questions. They're not available for me. Happens all the time. So get on a supportive team and have a supportive upline coach. That's really important. Your upline coach and team should help train and show you the way. They should, not all of them do. So you need to ask the person who's invited you to the call, are you going to help me? Are you going to be willing to train me, show me what you do to help me and not leave me by myself? Okay, that's important. Beachbody provides video clips of each workout program, tools to help you know how to invite someone to a group, what to do if it doesn't come naturally to you. They have all sorts of training because not everybody's a people person. Not everybody's outgoing. Not everybody is comfortable talking in front of groups or whatever it is. They have training actually for people to help you so that you're a little bit more comfortable and kind of get used to it. They have all sorts of tools for that. Beachbody offers challenge group guides. They help you run your challenge groups. They're not like, here, start these challenge groups, but they say, here is a step-by-step every day of ideas you can have For the whole 90 days, they have them separated into P90X. Here's a challenge group guide for it. Insanity. Here's a challenge group guide for it. They have it all written out for you. You don't have to use them, but it's there for you if you want and need it. Okay. There's a weekly coach call from the corporate Beachbody, the whole team. They have a weekly phone call that you can dial into and get some motivation and help. And our upline are the Beachbody Rockstars, which is our team. They have weekly calls also. So talk to the coach who invited you to this webinar to ensure you're on the right team before you sign up. You could actually be assigned to another coach, possibly if you've ever ordered off of Beachbody. You want to make sure you're doing it right, because once you sign up as a coach, you can't really switch what you're doing. So just be aware of that you want to make sure you're doing it correctly. Okay, the Beachbody Challenge. I'm going to be quick because I know it's getting late. The Beachbody Challenge. This is our challenge groups we run. Okay, this is the Beachbody Challenge that people take. It gives us a fitness program. This is what's called a challenge pack. So it's a complete solution. We're not just selling you a fitness program or a nutrition product. We actually put it all together in a pack and say, this is what you need to get started for this gives you the nutrition of Shakeology, it gives you your fitness program, and it gives you a 30-day free trial to their club membership, which is nutrition, health, grocery lists, meal plans, lots of stuff like that. So we're trying to give the whole package to help people succeed 100% and not give them half of it. These are the challenge packs. This is a little bit, there's a newer one of this I should have uploaded, but there is a newer version of this. These are all the challenge packs and the price points that they're in. Challenge packs actually are already discounted, and they come with free shipping. So that's huge, because when I bought P90X2, I had to pay like 20 bucks in shipping. So you're saving quite a bit of money with the challenge pack, and they're discounted versus buying Shakeology and the program separately. When you sign up as a coach, if you decide this is something that's for you, the best thing to do, even if you've already bought a challenge pack, is to buy another one. There's a couple reasons for that. It does cost $40 to sign up as a coach. The benefit of signing up as a challenge with a challenge pack is that $40 fee is waived. You do not have to pay that. The other benefit is the whole thing has free shipping on it. The other thing to know is 30 days after you are a coach, you are no longer eligible to buy a challenge pack. They are only for customers and brand new coaches of 30 days. So it is well worth your money. If you have a program even 2 years you want to do down the road, it is worth buying a challenge pack when you sign up as a coach. You save on shipping, you save that $40 sign-up fee, and you're also going to save, like I said, shipping later on a program that you're going to buy. So if you want to do Insanity next year and you don't, I don't want to do it until next year, so why should I spend the money? You're not going to be able to get as good of a price even as a coach next year. You're going to pay shipping on it. So grab it in a challenge pack before your 30 days is up. That's the best way to do it. One reason I'm such an advocate for it, I have my coaches say, well, they just bought a challenge pack, so they're just going to, they're not going to get another one. And I'm like, that's what I did. I didn't sign up with a challenge pack, and the next month I ordered P90X2. So not only did I pay $20 in shipping on P90X2 the next month, I also had to pay my $40 fee to sign up. And I ordered P90X2 a month later. It's ridiculous. I wasted $60. So I'm very, a huge proponent of getting a challenge pack when you sign up as a coach. Don't waste the money. So this is just a very brief slide about challenge pack prices and coach commissions. How much commission you make on a $160 challenge pack. The commission is $50. $180 challenge pack is $60. The $205 challenge pack is showing you the savings. That should be called savings in the second one. How much money the customer is saving when they order a challenge pack versus ordering everything separately. Like we talked about earlier, there's training available. The Success on Demand in your online office that Beachbody creates for you. And also there is the Coach Training Academy. There's all sorts of training videos that you have to help you on your coaching journey. Okay, so a couple things to know before you sign up, and then if you guys can figure out how to make the chat work, we will have a question and answer session. But a couple things you want to know before you sign up as a coach. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, if you are just needing to make really fast money, you just probably should go get a job at Walmart, because this is not like tomorrow you're going to be making $2,000 or $5,000 or $50. I mean, it takes effort, it takes time, it takes consistency, and it really takes caring about people. Because if you're not in this for caring about other people, you're not going to last very long, because you get a lot of people saying no, you get a lot of frustrating things happen. So if you're in this for you, it's probably not going to work. It might not be for you. So it's really about helping other people and putting other people first. The money is just a bonus. So, and it can add up quickly and it can build over time, but if you're in this short term just to make quick money, it's probably not for you. If your number one priority is making big bucks, this may not be the right fit. Not to say you can't make a lot, but with a me attitude, you won't go far. People who care about others succeed. Your success depends on how many people you help, which is 100% true, which I love about that. It is not about me or what I want. It's about helping other people, and the success comes from that. Be the change you wish to see in your business. Use your life to inspire others. Coaches are independent business owners. We have no boss. You might have an upline coach, but they are not your boss. They cannot tell you how many hours to work. They cannot tell you when to work. There's no minimum this, minimum that. There's no deadlines. There's nobody that is going to be pushing you unless you want that. There are incentives. Don't get me wrong, there are incentives, but there's nothing nobody's going to force you to do. There's no salary. There's no hours required. That's important to know. Your success is directly reflected on how much people connect with you, how personable you are, how helpful, how truly caring you are is actually really important in this business. So be you and help others because you connect with them and care for them. It really is all about helping people. So if anybody has any questions, that's the end of my slides, but I'm not sure if you guys have been able to figure out the chat box. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to talk to the person who invited you, or if you can figure out the chat. Nobody's chatted at all, so maybe nobody can figure it out. But yeah, I'll just wait for a second and see if anybody says anything. But hi, Pam. Be sure to get with the person who invited you and ask any questions and talk to them about anything you want to know. Hi, Carrie. So I guess there aren't any questions. You're welcome, Valerie. So yep, make sure you jump on and connect with the person who invited you and ask any questions you have. But I hope this helped just clear up some maybe misconceptions and other things so that you know kind of what we're about and what this business is about. Thanks for saying it takes time. Yes, it does. It does not happen overnight. $17 was my first paycheck. $17. And it's not always success. It's not always, you know, you invite people and everybody says yes and everybody wants to, you know, everybody's gung-ho. It takes time, and you'll have groups that suck and you'll have groups that are awesome that like just make it so worth it. It's not. It's a lot of every day, little by little, setting aside time. I had somebody ask the last time I did a call like this, how much time I spent. The first year I was a coach, I probably spent between a half an hour and an hour, probably 5 days a week. Nobody made me do that. That's just what I chose to put into it. And in the fall, it really kind of picked up for me, and I had a big team of people wanting to do what I do and wanting to, like, you know, really be involved in this. And so it takes me more time now. I probably put about 2.5 hours a night, 5 days a week. That's like probably 2 hours very focused time, 5 times a week. That's where I'm at. I don't know what other people put into it. You can ask your coach and see what they say, but it's very different for people, and you can put as much time or as little time. What did you do when you had your focused time? What I mean by focused time is not being sucked into Facebook, not getting distracted and leaving comments on a zillion people's pictures, and that's what I need of like focused time is inviting people to my challenge groups, being in my challenge groups, helping answer questions, helping people, but mostly inviting people to challenge groups and finding people that wanted to join them. How did you get your name out there? Just Facebook. I run my 99.999% of my business on Facebook. I don't really do much in my community at all. I've told a couple of my neighbors that I'm a Beachbody coach. That's an avenue I haven't really used yet. It's 100% up to you how you use it. If you, if you talk to your friends about it, if you run a fit club every week, which is basically a free exercise group where you do Beachbody programs and have people come, and sometimes people have a Shakeology tasting. I don't do any of that. Some coaches do, and I will at some point, but I have little kids at home, and I have like my set hours and my set, this is what I'm doing, and I'm not doing more because I have little kids. So is Facebook marketing the best way to go? I think it's a great avenue. Social media in general is amazing for people. Yeah, amazing for people, meeting people, getting to know people, building relationships with people, building some trust, because not everybody is going to trust you if you're like, hey, my name is Susan, you want to be in my fitness challenge group? No, there kind of has to be a little bit of a relationship there before they're going to trust you, not thinking you just want to sell something to them. So relationships are really important, and social media is a great way to meet new people and to have some relationships. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Since some of us are on the same Facebook forums, how else do you get more interest? What I did, and they have training on this, is I went through all of my friends and family and everybody I wanted to invite eventually to be in a challenge group. And that was hard for me because I don't really like sending out invitations. It was uncomfortable for me. And the more I've done it, the more it doesn't bother me anymore. And I realize I'm offering something that has worked for me fantastically well, that I believe in. So it's not like I feel like I'm selling, because I just believe in it. I use it every day. That's why being a product of the product is so important, because if you're not using it every day and you're not on your own fitness journey and striving to be better, why would anybody follow you or think you're believable if you're not doing it yourself? So if you are in the same forums or other things, you would invite all your friends, your family, people you know on Facebook, and then I have moved on to a Light Fitness page where I meet people on there, and I just meet people on there now, but I don't really meet people in groups necessarily on Facebook. That's just me personally. Some people do use groups on Facebook. I don't really, besides that one mom's group I was in for a long time, that I'm still in, but I'm not actively super in it anymore. Yes, Valerie, you can't look at it as selling. And that's hard, because at first you'll have, a lot of people have that hang up, like, I don't want to sell to my friends. But you have to remember that you're using it. It's like if you went to a good restaurant and you were like, oh my gosh, I love this food. I just told you, Valerie, about a restaurant in Seattle. She was going to Seattle, and I said, there is the best raw food dessert place in Seattle. You have got to go there. Did I get paid money to tell her? No. I shared because I loved it. It was amazing. It tasted delicious. All raw food, all natural. I loved it. So I told her about it, right? That happens all the time in our lives. We're just actually blessed that Beachbody says, thanks so much for recommending our product, and thank you so much for helping people through with their product. We're going to pay you 25% commission. I mean, awesome. I believe in it. I'm going to share about it regardless. It's like if you're doing a Beachbody product right now, how many of you have shared about it or had somebody say, what are you doing? You're looking great. I want to know what you're doing. That's just something that naturally happens. We just happen to get paid for it, which is a win-win for me, right? Any other questions or any other concerns? anybody wants to ask about. I'm so glad you guys figured out the chat, and I hope this call was helpful. Make sure you get with that upline coach that invited you to this and talk to them about it, any questions you have or anything, and I hope everybody has a good night. I'm going to check out now. So hope everybody has a great night, and I hope this helped. You're welcome, Pam. Okay. Thank you. See you guys later.